Most of you will not finish the episode from start to finish. This should be a course. Like, this particular episode could be sold on a course. You can sell it if you want to, right? Not recommending it, but I wanted to give you guys a lot of value today. So if you haven't done so already, hit that bell notification to stay on top of all my YouTube videos, subscribe to all my major platforms, and let's just jump right into it. So a lot of people ask me, like, how do you live your dream lifestyle? How do you live your dream life? And right off the rip, from hearing this, some of you might be like, okay, this guy is trying to sell me something, and I'm really not. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Everybody's definition of what their dream lifestyle is really different, right? Like for some people, it's the white picket fence and a couple kids. For some people, it is a Lambo and a Rari and a penthouse and 10 beautiful women and whatever it might be, right? For some of you, it might be traveling. For some of you, it might be in the country, in a mansion just by yourself, doing absolutely nothing. Everyone has a different definition of it. And really, our definition of what our dream lifestyle is comes from a lot of different variables in terms of how we were raised, our culture, our background, trauma that we have, so on and so forth. So whatever it is, close your eyes for a moment and think about what your dream lifestyle would be. What would your dream day be? Is it waking up on a beach with someone that you love? Is it waking up in a penthouse in the middle of a beautiful metropolis? Is it, in a tent camping in some remote part? Like, whatever that is, imagine that for a moment. Got it? Good. Come back to this video if you need to, like, pause it and come back. So now that you have this idea in your head, it's like, how do you achieve it? And for most of you, 99.9% of you, you're going to need some type of money. Maybe your dream lifestyle doesn't actually require a lot of money, but you need money to survive. Maybe your dream lifestyle requires a lot of time, and time in itself is an independent variable that we can't control, but we need money to give time to things because we need to have money to survive. So 99.9% of you are going to need money to kind of fund whatever this is. Some of you might need a lot. Some of you might just need a consistent source of residual income because the lifestyle might not be expensive, but it might need a lot of investment with your time. So let's say your dream lifestyle is to become a painter. Okay, great example. You don't necessarily need all the money in the world, but you want to paint and you want to make art. You're going to need a studio, you're going to need some space, a little bit of money, but we're not talking multi-millions of dollars, but you need a consistent drip of income coming in. So here's the actual sauce of this. In the early years of your life, and early is a relative term, let's say you're not where you want to be, whatever it is, it's right now. You're the youngest you are in this very moment. Do the thing that you hate doing. Do something that's not fun. The careers that make the most amount of money, the jobs that make the most amount of money are not fun, because people don't want to do things that are not fun. People don't want to do things that are not enjoyable. And if you're going to do things that are enjoyable, other people are probably going to find them enjoyable as well. That's just how human beings are. We're very similar in a lot of ways. So if a job is fun, not even just fun, if it's replaceable, if it's not hard to get into, if the barrier of entry is very low, there's typically going to be an ability for the employer or the organization or really society to replace you and pay somebody else, number one. Number two, the work is valued at a lower level because it's enjoyable, it's fun, it's replaceable. Number three, it's typically not going to lead to a lot of growth long term. So what you have to then understand is that the jobs that are fun and easy and replaceable are not going to pay you a lot of money. And the jobs that are a lot of times passion-based are also not going to pay you a lot of money unless you're, 2-3 years in, which I'll get into a little bit later. But the jobs that are boring, that are annoying, that are filled with stress, that are not easy to do, they typically pay the most. And jobs that are more analytical and more tenure-based and require like certain education and barriers of entry, like, for what we do with financial services and stuff, they pay a lot of money because you have to get licensed, you have to get background tested, you have to have certain tenure in the business, you have to have certain production requirements to get to where I'm at. Like, it's a lot of stuff, and that's why there's money that is paid to people like me and people that are in the industry that I'm in, because it's not easy, it's not fun. On a day-to-day basis, we deal with a lot of nonsense. Every day I wake up, I feel like I'm a lawyer. I did not sign up to be a lawyer, but owning businesses cause you to get into lawsuits, cause you to, work with lawyers on a day-to-day basis, amend things, change things, send things off, and, you're just dealing with problems. When things get to my desk, when things get to my cell phone and there's a call coming in, it's never, oh, thank you so much, I'm making so much money with your company. It's always a serious 911 emergency, because by the time it gets to me, it's something that nobody else in the company can handle, so I have to deal with it. So I'm dealing with serious issues on a day-to-day basis, dealing with lawyers. It is not fun. It is 24/7. It is just a lot of, I don't want to say stress, but it's difficult. It's not easy, right? Because I do love what I do. And I love it because, let me get into this, fun is not fun to me. Fun to me is winning. And winning requires work. So I love working because it allows me to win, which creates a positive and beneficial and really easy lifestyle for myself. I love being in my penthouse right now. I got so much space. I can see the entire city. My bills are paid. My fridge is stocked. My cars are taken care of. Everything is good in my life right now. That is fun to me. Not dealing with problems that are the real problems are the bills. They're not the issues that you have at work a lot of times. They're paying the bills and making sure that your family's okay. So, first rule, do the thing that's not fun. Do the thing that's boring, but that makes a lot of money. And I don't want you to take shortcuts with this, because this is not like there's definitely ways that you can cut it short, and shortcuts get you cut short, and you can kind of skirt the system. Like, I think you can read between the lines here. If it's anything that's morally incorrect, it's hurting your health, it's destroying your reputation, it can typically make you a lot of money very quickly, but it's not going to be good for you in the long term. So, go the hard path, and you're not going to make a lot of money very quickly when you're doing work that people don't even enjoy. Like, that's the thing too. It's not that they're going to pay you a ton off the rip. I mean, you can earn it long term. So I like the industries of financial services. I like certain industries of, working at tech, sales. People don't like sales, right? Sales is commission-based. Commission sales is like the number one way to make a lot of money. And you know why? It's because people don't like to do it. People don't like to sell things. People don't like to be rejected. People don't like to get on the phone and cold call people, right? People don't like to do that. I'm not saying that you should go work at an organization that cold calls people. This is not what I do in my organization as well. But that is like what people think. And I'm just giving you an example. Like, even if you were to work at an organization that was just cold calling people, people don't like it. There's a lot of rejection with that. People don't like to be told no. We don't like to be told no. Even if the product and the company and the thing that we're selling is not necessarily even tied to us, it's the psychology of rejection that we don't like to really be a part of. They're not telling the company no. They're telling you as a representative of the company, aka you in that moment, no, which still hurts. So get into sales. A lot of times I'll say that. Get into sales and make a lot of money and live below your means. That's the next part. Live below your means. Don't spend your money. When you make money, live below your means. Like, live like a broke person. Be very, very frugal. Cook your meals at home. Meal prep. Cut out all unnecessary subscriptions. Live in a small place. If you're a guy, probably don't have a girlfriend, because girlfriends cost money. If you're a girl, chill out on the makeup a little bit. Stop going out as much. Relax a bit. Save your money. Build yourself up financially to where you can save money, and then you can leverage that and invest it. Whether it's investing into stocks, which I do a lot in my group. Number 2, it's investing into some kind of business. Or 3, it's investing into, just the market itself at a conservative rate, or you're maybe trying to start a business in some way, shape, or form. Like, you're trying to build something. When you have money set aside, your mental stress goes down because you got money. Because it's saved up. So like the rent, you don't got to worry about it. You're not freaking out about it. Yeah, you still want to make money, but you're not stressed out. And then when you got money, investing in a way where it's giving you a slow drip of residual income. It may not be a lot, but it's just enough to help you survive. You can work that sales job and not freak out about the next commission check. You can work that job that you don't like and start to kind of not be stressed out about making money, because you already have money and you're adding to a pool of money, and you're purpose driven now. You've got that pool of money growing, or that investment growing, or that residual income growing. And that residual income is going to grow to the point where you can still make money in the sales, but you can take a little bit of time off. And then you start easing in to what you actually like to do, that dream lifestyle. You can buy the things that you want, you can do the kind of work you want, and you can kind of start that passion project, which is exactly what I did here with Thoughtcast. Okay, so here's the 360, whatever you want to call it, the inside look. It is not cheap to run a podcast. It is not cheap to make the videos that I make. It is not cheap to have the editors that I have. It's not cheap to do any of this stuff. It costs a lot of money every single month. The only reason I'm able to pay that stuff, the only reason is because I have money coming in from my other businesses. And that's why I'm able to fund this entire operation. And for 2 years, I have funded this operation. I have not had big sponsors that have taken care of me. I have not had a lot of gigs where I made a lot of money and brand deals that I've done. It's been very, very few. And because I have that other income, I have the luxury to really focus on making this platform really just about helping people. That's why you don't see a lot of big sponsorships in my videos. And maybe at some point in the future you will. I think at some point I should have some people, that sponsor my stuff. But right now, and especially in the beginning, I'm giving you just raw content, raw value. And for those of you that have made it this far in this episode, I appreciate you. Let me know that you made it this far. Shoot me an Instagram DM. Let me know, like, hey, look, I'm 10 minutes and 20 seconds into your podcast, and you said shoot me a DM. Let me know, because I want to know who made it this far. But yeah, it's all about funding your own dream. And if you have the money to fund your own dream, you don't have to answer to everybody else. And that's how it becomes a passion project, because nobody else is obstructing you. There's no need and mental energy going into like, oh, I gotta do this post and I gotta add the sponsorship in, because they're like, otherwise I can't do it. Like, it's just me. It's whatever I want to do. It's a hobby at this point. And 2 years we've done ThoughtCast, right? And now I'm starting to, make some money on it a little bit here and there. Nothing crazy. And it's because when you start a business that's passion-based, or really any business at all, for the first 1 to 3 years, you're typically going to be in the red. Most people don't understand that about business. That's why most businesses go broke, and that's why most business owners don't succeed, because they don't anticipate that business is not going to make money for a while. Most business is not going to make you money in the beginning parts. It's just not going to do that. So guys, listen to me. You've got to do the thing that you don't want to do first. Step 1. Number 2, live below your means. And step 3, start transitioning that, slowly ease into your passion. Don't just stop everything that you're doing and be like, okay, I'm done. Take your weekends that you would normally go out and party and dedicate that to your passion. Because if it's really your passion and that's really what you want to do, you're going to be able to do that. I work a lot on ThoughtCast on the weekends. I do a lot of work on the weekends. I kind of prep my scripts. I prep the things I'm going to talk about. Even this thing, like, what I'm talking about right now, I prepped it before on the weekend. It's the weekend right now. But the point is, it's done in an effort to make sure that my passion is going to grow into the main thing. Like, I would love for ThoughtCast to make most of my money and really fund my lifestyle. The reality is, it's probably not. But I've already stabilized the financial business where I have partners and people involved to where I can back away and I can hire somebody in to take my position in some aspects and then take a small royalty, which allows me to then focus on this as much as possible. And a lot of big entrepreneurs have done this. I'll give a great example. Patrick Bet-David, right? He had a company that's, not like mine. It was a financial services company. He wanted to speak, from what I understand. He wanted to be a motivational speaker. And so as a result, he sold off on his company. And he still has, some equity. He probably gets some bonuses and some earnings, but he sold out on his company, and so I shouldn't say sold out. I think he sold his company, right? And he can now do whatever he wants with Valuetainment, with his brand, and I think that was his dream. And there was a process to that. His company made him a lot of money. He was able to take a good deal that paid him a large amount of money. That was like, I think, $250 million, right? A lot of money. And now he can go speak and do whatever he wants. So I want you to understand, sacrifice first. Don't just try to jump into your passion project. In fact, ease into your passion project while you're doing something that's very boring, because then your passion will become very exciting and it'll be like a getaway for you, and it's fun. Like, I enjoy making these episodes. It's different from everything that I do, and I genuinely enjoy it. So I appreciate all you guys that support me and like my stuff. Like, you are allowing me to live my dream. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. Really, I do. And that's why I tell you guys to message me so I could thank you personally from my own Instagram, from my own voice. Like, I want to tell you, you can do it too. It's not that hard. You just gotta understand that this the whole thing I laid out right now, it's really about sacrificing. It's not some secret formula to cut a loophole through the world and print money. But at the same time, this is going to allow you to get your life together and really do your dream job, your dream career, or just, if you want to relax and just do nothing. Within like 5 years, if you really do it hard, if you really go hard at it, if you go into sales for 5 years straight and you're in the right industry, man, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars in sales. So if you have any questions on this, definitely shoot me a DM. I run a sales organization myself, so I'm biased, but it doesn't have to be mine. You could go do sales at any organization. And the point is, I'm just teaching you what I've learned and how I've gotten here, because a lot of people ask me like how I've gotten here, and I see a lot of fake internet gurus that they're somewhere and they're like being asked how you've gotten there, and they just glide past the stuff. This is how I've done it. I've built my money with insurance, and I've used that money to invest in other businesses, and I've used that money to kind of create my lifestyle that I have now. It took me 7-8 years to get to where I'm at right now, and there's still a lot of room to grow. I make a lot of money with insurance, and that's just my successful formula. But there's a lot of other ways that you can get success. And there's a lot of other ways that you can, skin a cat, skin a rabbit, whatever they say, cut a pizza. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much.